Hello and welcome to all of our GOLD viewers who are here with us today. I'm Kristen Schwartz, licensed midwife. And here at GOLD, we're getting ready for our GOLD Learning Day coming January 2025. This is the first event of the new year here at GOLD. And with me is one of the speakers, Nichelle Clark. Welcome, Nichelle.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
It's wonderful to have you here back at GOLD. And we're so excited about this day of learning that's coming up here, that's kicking off the new year here. But before we get talking about that, I want to talk a little bit about your background. Of course, you're an IBCLC, but give us a little bit of a rundown, what you're working on now, and just, give us a little overview here.
Well, I am a U.S. Navy veteran. I was in the Navy for 7.5 years, and that was an amazing experience. I was able to transition out of that, which is so crazy because it's like you go from one extreme to like lactation. But on my way out the door, I actually found out that I was pregnant with my first child. And, breastfeeding was just something that was tossed around as an option to me, and I came to love it. And so here we are 7 years later. But my background is in political science. I have a bachelor's in political science, and pursuing my MPH, which is Master's of Public Health, and a Master of Public Administration. So that's exciting. I'm really, really into the policy portion of it. I feel like all these things are happening, but the people's voices are not necessarily being represented and heard. You may have heterosexual males who have never breastfed or have any desire, and they're arguing your case. My passion is really to just work behind the scenes, what I can do, what I can help out with, but knowing how the process works here in the U.S.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's what we need. We need voices to be heard, yes, and into politics, right? Because people who often make these policies are neither healthcare providers nor do they know anything about breastfeeding. So we need really people in public health that really push forward, legislation, and so we can really put families first and give babies the best start possible, but also work with the families there to make sure that their voices are heard. I'm so happy to hear this. You have to keep us up to date with that journey of yours. Absolutely. So, but you're also seeing families now, right? And you're working in the field. Now, your presentation, I love that topic, and you have to tell me a little bit more about this. Securely Attached, the Neurobiology of Breastfeeding and Co-Regulation. That sounds absolutely fascinating. So tell us a little bit about that. First of all, we hear a lot about co-regulation. What is that really?
Yeah, so co-regulation is really the ability of two beings to sort of feed off of each other, and so to kind of guide the other. So in this instance, we're going to be talking about gestational parents, moms, and their babies and their infants. And I'm a millennial, but in my generation, we've just been taught so much to put the baby down. It's so much baby away, child away. Oh, they're crying too much. They need to cry. You need to put them in this contraption. You need to buy this thing. If you're having sort of those emotions or even struggling, when really being attached and being together is really what's going to be the best thing for parent and baby. And we see it in the data. We've seen it in the study. So that's what we're going to talk about, how the evidence is there to really support it, and just encouraging families to, do what feels natural to them.
Oh, fantastic. And I know you're going into the research. That is something that's also very interesting to me and, fascinating too. So, but all the best research is worth nothing if we can't translate these research findings into practical strategies, right? So, can you guide us there a little bit? So how do you use that process? Does your process look like for that?
Yeah. So I talk to parents just about different type of attachments, and we'll go into the different type of parenting attachments in the presentation. But obviously we want children to have a secure attachment to their parent. And that doesn't necessarily mean clingy, but it means trust. And so we work a lot about building trust. I talk with a lot of the families that I work with, just about where they're at. Okay. You've had this new child. How are things working in your world? In a perfect world, how would things go? And they give me a lot of different answers. Feeding, sleep, during the daytime, working, not working, staying at home. And so we really just kind of lean into that on how they can sort of read the baby's cues, feed off of those cues to help regulate the baby, but then also to regulate themselves, because we know that all kind of great hormones are released into the brain and the body when those parents, get that nice bond.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, there's so much going on. Yes, the happy hormones coming on there too
Yes.
as well. It's very, very good. Since we're speaking about emotions here as well, and you dive into also maternal mental health and their challenges, right? A little bit in this, and I know this is something that you are very interested in as well. How can maternal mental health challenges affect the breastfeeding process? We know that, possibly if a mom or the biological parent is not feeling well, breastfeeding might not be off to a good start. So go a little bit deeper for us into that.
Yeah, one of the things that I always say in my practice is informed is best. And so in that, with mental health, a lot of times there's a lot of misinformation put out there about what's happening in the body. People, they're not really diving deep into what is happening inside the parent's body or the baby's body. So I really seek to provide parents all of the options because I feel like we do them a disservice. So definitely with mental health, it can leave parents feeling stressed, feeling anxious, feeling, milk supply is going crazy and this is a new person that they're learning. But we really try to explain to parents how milk is produced, that it's a hormonal thing. And that honestly, the nursing, the lactation, those hormones that's being produced are actually what's keeping them afloat. I don't dive too deep into it in the presentation, but also talking about medication and speaking to their providers about what may be available that is breastfeeding safe, human milk feeding safe, and checking, the different sort of lactation databases for pharmacologies just to make sure, because they sometimes do get bad information from providers.
Right.
Can't take anything for your mental health. You can't do this. You can't have that. It's going to damage the baby. And we know that there are medications out there to help parents.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for doing that. It's such an important topic there as well. Nichelle, before I let you go, any final last wise words from your side when it comes to this topic, what you want our viewers to know about?
Oh my goodness.
There's so much, right?
There's so much. But I would definitely say, with securely attached, letting my parents know and letting your parents know in whatever setting that you work in that their baby just likes them. Their baby's not clingy. Their baby is just being a baby. And their baby likes them. And so, I try to play that up and feed that up in the families that I work with. But just letting these parents know that you've got it. You've got this. You're the best person. You're the expert on your baby and you're the best person for the job.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. I love your energy, how you talk. I can really see you in action there. I think we're going to learn some great tips to take to our practice through this presentation. Well, Nichelle, thank you so much for being here with us today at Gold. And we look forward to your presentation here. That will be live on January 21st. And now some information for our viewers. This presentation, as well as 2 other presentations, are part of the Gold Learning Winter Day of 2025. Will be live on January 21st. And we will have all the presentations recorded, of course, as well. And if you would like to find out more information about this presentation and all the other presentations on this learning day, please visit goldlearning.com for more information. And I hope to see everyone at the live learning day. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye, Nichelle.
Thank you. See you later.